What's up, guys? Darkdally here, playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, and today I want to continue testing the Mark 16. Now, I started this back in like May, like several months ago. Why am I just now making a part 2? I'll get to that in one moment here. First, before the video, I do want to say yes, you guys can stop asking. I'm going to be covering Breakpoint as soon as I'm allowed to put the footage up. I'm just not allowed to yet, and I can't say when that date is, but it will be soon. The NDA is pretty strict, but trust me, yes, there's going to be tons of Breakpoint info you can only get here on this channel. I got a lot of inside time with the game, right? We'll say that. And so today we're continuing the test on the Mark 16, which I started several months ago. And the thing is, I started using this rifle. Yep, I'm holding it right here. I started using this rifle to gear up for a part 2 of the test. I wanted to use it, you know, in a few engagements, and well, it just got longer and longer and longer, and I found myself, I just kept using this rifle. If you look at my last videos where we did Operation Starfall, my kind of improvised milsim, this is the weapon I was using, although with a different setup. I just keep using the weapon. I just never bothered to really change it. I changed different setups on it, and I just keep telling myself, oh, this is a long-term test of the Mark 16, but when I look at that, what that tells me is that it's such a good rifle, I just keep using it. Now, in the original test, we did the convoy test. Here we're doing bullet drop, and then we're going to assault that base up there. Now I am using it suppressed, even though suppressor does not affect bullet drop. We're using it suppressed because I'm fixing to go take that base, and I don't want them to hear me when I shoot it at this target here. Now in the last test, part 1 of this, we compared a convoy takedown of the Mark 16 versus the Mark 17. They're both basically the same weapon. It's just the Mark 17 is better at long range and has, well, fires larger rounds. Mark 16 is a 5.56 version of the Mark 17, and from what I saw, it did perform better at more medium ranges, whereas the Mark 17 performs better at long ranges. And I said maybe next time I'd, compare it to the Mark 18, and that's what we're doing here today. Now, first off, I want to say the reason I'm comparing these two weapons is because these are probably two of the best assault rifles in the game. Everyone seems to agree the Mark 18 here in my other shoulder is probably the best assault rifle in the game. The Mark 16 and the Mark 18, I do want to say, in real life, they have no similarities whatsoever other than they both fire 5.56 bullets. They're made by completely different companies. They're based on completely different platforms. So don't think because of the similarity in the name that they are in any other way similar. They're really not. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and get to the test. You guys know I test bullet drop at 250 meters. Let me go ahead and show you the setup of these rifles. Now, I have them set up as similarly as I can. I set both of these rifles up to achieve the best accuracy over range, meaning the least amount of bullet drop that I could set them up for. If you look at the Mark 16, you'll notice I have an extended buttstock, I have a long barrel, I have everything to make it as accurate as possible. There's no reason not to give every weapon the best shot possible. Now, if you look at my setup down in the center down there where it says parts, on the Mark 18, you'll notice I only have a standard barrel because it can only take the one barrel. It can only take the one buttstock. Yeah, we know that stats really don't have anything to do with how the weapon actually performs, but here we're comparing the Mark 18 and the Mark 16. Look at these stats all over the place. They have mostly 90% similar parts. These stats are all over the place. Well, let's find out. It says the Mark 18 is quieter, has a higher rate of fire. That stat does usually seem to be true, although even that's not always true. It says it has way more handling. It actually says it does more damage, but again, these stats don't matter. What matters is how they actually perform. Let's see how they perform on the wall at 250 meters. Let's start with the Mark 16. Let's see where it hits. Using the ACOG scope, so just so I can get the best sight picture here. There we go. Hopefully that did not arouse the attention of the guys up in the base. That's what I'm using a suppressor. The only thing a suppressor is going to change is the amount of time it takes the bullet to travel to the wall. You can see we're hitting right there in the middle of the fourth brick up from the bottom. That is pretty good. I think that's fairly good. There are assault rifles that hit a higher, like the AUG A1, the AUG A3, and things like that. Let's try the Mark 18 out. I'm comparing these two rifles simply because these are kind of top of your game. Best assault rifles in the game. Let's get our... There we go. And let's see what we hit there with the Mark 18. And then we're going to move up and take that base. We'll do it with both weapons. We'll reset. We'll see how they both perform. Mark 18, actually, even though I could only equip... Am I zoomed in? There we go. Even though I could only equip a standard barrel, not a long barrel, actually hit higher. Look at that. Oh, wow. If I could equip a long barrel, we could expect to see the Mark 18 another full brick higher up there, way up there. But, all right, so still very similar. Very, very similar in terms of bullet drop. Now what I'm going to do is All right, so I mean that's really all we need to see for the bolt drop. This is gonna hit up there with some other really good rifles. This is a fairly accurate rifle, especially since you really wouldn't be shooting this rifle past this range. This is more of a 100-meter and under rifle, I think. Yeah, it's medium range. Yeah, whoops, the Mark 16 that is. I didn't mean to hit my trigger there. Let's go ahead and put this back on full auto. Let's go ahead and run a let's run the Mark 18 first as a control, since we know it performs so well. All right, now for the second part of this video, I want to go ahead and just assault this base up here. Now I've gone ahead, let's make sure my settings are correct. I've set it on extreme. We're running very limited HUD. I'm actually going to turn the HUD back on. This is just for the purposes of a test, because I don't need to be... let's go ahead and just preset default HUD. It's going to take longer to run it with no HUD. I'm going to be more careful, and I just want to slam through this. And let's go ahead and get some spotting up here. Oh, dead body found. But I haven't killed anybody. I promise you. Let's go ahead and get some spotting up on this base. Alright. Now we're going to be doing this loud. I've changed the weapons to a short style setup. And... we're going to be running loud because I want them to notice me, because otherwise it just takes one shot to kill everyone. So we're doing Mark 18 versus Mark 16 loud with a shorter setup. I'm running a full HUD just so I can move around quicker, see where the enemies are. Normally I wouldn't, you know, but hey, run the game however you want. Alright, so we're going to run in nice and loud. We're going to start off with the Mark 18. Yep. And, well, we want to make noise. We want to have some fun and be loud. Suspected. Now, I haven't done a real thorough marking, so I might find some surprises in here. Of course, we're still not seen, but that's kind of that. I don't need to be seen. If I can get through here full loud without being seen, more credit to the performance of the rifle, I say, or something. Wow. I didn't think I could make that shot. Oh, come on. That shot I did think I can make, and yet I... Okay, so let's move down here. Can I take that generator out like this? Let's find out. I was going to take the alarm out, but then I saw a chance to take down the generator. Whoa. That guy got me pretty good, didn't he? And with the alarm. Great. Well... I guess there's the answer to did I take down the generator question. There we go. That guy's down. Let's get this damn alarm down. And, of course, be wary of enemies that I failed to mark. Of which I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. And because I failed to take down the alarm, we gotta deal with the chopper now. Which is moving really slowly. Oh, we got a heavy over here. Well, at least I'm fully noticed now, so it's going to take as many bullets as it takes to kill these guys. And got that guy. Let's take down this damn alarm so we don't get any more choppers. Holy Jesus! That came out of nowhere. I must have shot... I think there's a fuel tank there. I must have shot it on accident. Let's see how effective this is at taking down a helicopter. The Mark 18. Not bad. There we go, and we're clear. Must be clear, because I was making an awful racket, and my map is clear. Alright, so the Mark 18, pretty effective at doing this. It would seem so. Let's go ahead and get out here, and let's reset the base, and see how the Mark 16 performs. Alright, so this time we're running up with the Mark 16. And let's go ahead and set our reticle the way we like it, and we're good to go. Let's get some basic spotting up on this base, just like I did before. Haven't changed any of the other settings. Let's go ahead, let's actually throw marking. Oh, let's just throw spotting here in general, and then we'll see if we can spot some more guys on our own. Yeah, we kind of ran in half spotted the first time. I don't see any harm doing that again. Spotted enough for me. We're going to run in, we'll make sure that you trip the alarm again. And get us a helicopter. See how this guy handles against it. Of course, we're still in extreme. Still full HUD for test purposes, just so I can run through here quickly for you. Take up a bunch of time. Is there a guy here? No, I think that was the guy that's usually here. Let's see if we can get the sniper ahead of time this time. Oh, we're definitely noticed. Yeah, I got him. Definitely noticed now. Let's see. There's a heavy on the other side of this thing. We don't like heavies. There we go. That's him down. Okay, so this is the Mark 16. It performs extremely similar to the Mark 18. They're both incredibly good weapons. You know, good weapons to compare, I say. Guy with a chopper pad. Let's go ahead and pull up some more spotting. Didn't pull up anything. I'm only suspected right now. Hey, I want to make noise. Let's purposefully miss someone so that we can let's let him spot me. There we go. Direct threat. Set off the alarm. I'm going to run down and get this guy while he's deciding whether or not he wants to set off an alarm. And then we'll go for that helicopter once it comes. Okay, this rifle so far I'm rating as more effective. I can't even get them to... Hello? Yeah, spot me. Whoa, don't spot me that much. Like, don't actually... There he is. I'm actually killing me, man. I'm just playing around. We got Unidad overhead, though. We should probably be careful. I don't want Unidad getting wind of this, and I have definitely more than just the chopper to contend with. Okay, so there is our alarm. I thought I just... Nope, that was a civilian, I think. Alright, so now we'll have an incoming chopper here soon. Where's this guy at? Guys. Oh, I shot the guy through a... What am I shooting through? Is that a... Oh. Well, luckily, let's hope that was water in there, not gasoline. Okay, here we go. That seemed, I will say, just as effective as the Mark 18, except I was able to hold it on target better. It did seem that way, didn't it? Oh! Alright, we got some guys over here. Damn! Okay, that definitely was not the most effective shot. Let's turn off this alarm before we start getting reinforcements and shit. There we go. And, I wanted a chopper. I don't necessarily need reinforcements. Not spotting any more guys around here. Oh, there he is. And there we're clear. So I think it just kind of took us a little bit longer to find that guy. Alright, so let's compare these. How's the rate of fire? It says the Mark 18 fires a lot faster. So that's the Mark 16. Let's go to the Mark 18. Oh yeah, it does. Fires a lot faster. Reload. Seems pretty same-ish to me. And they probably are on the same tier as far as reload goes. Mark 18 definitely fires faster. Technically that's better because you can keep the enemy suppressed better while you're firing. So you miss a couple shots on full auto, the Mark 18 is going to be able to keep them suppressed better, which allows you to get more bullets in them while getting less bullets in you. Mark 16 seemed really controllable in full auto. Yeah, let's try the Mark 18 out here. Yeah, the Mark 16 is far more controllable in full auto, and I noticed that when I was shooting the helicopter. So I'm going to give the Mark 16 points for controllability under long bursts in full auto. I will also say that coming in here fully unsuppressed, and just to verify to you, yes, we're on extreme. Granted, I had the HUD on. I just wanted to do a quick blazing, run through this to test. Call it variables, call it randomness. I was able to make it through more effectively with the Mark 16. I was actually waiting for them to, wasting time, blowing shots just for them to get the turn on the alarm. There's a reason I've stuck with the Mark 16 for the last couple of months. That's why this video keeps getting delayed. I keep just wanting to use it more and more and more. And this has become my go-to weapon. If you watch a lot of my recent videos where we're running loud operations and stuff, this is my go-to rifle. And this is my go-to setup of the rifle. I'm going to say Mark 16. I'm not going to say if it's better or not than the Mark 18. I'm going to say they're right there together. They're literally right there together. Here's my preferred parts setup on this for close quarters combat. Sometimes if I'm running specifically loud though, I might use a grenade launcher in place of the V4 grip. It's really almost just as good as the V4 grip for recoil. And I might use PEC 15 instead of the rangefinder there on the side. I might use a laser sight, especially if I'm playing with other people. Guys, that concludes, finally after like 3 months, that concludes the test on the Mark 16. It's so damn good, I just couldn't put it down long enough to test it. that's my final thoughts on the Mark 16. I think it's a darn good weapon, the Scar L, as it's known in the real world. More common, I should say, as it's more commonly known, the Scar L. L stands for light because this is the 5.56 version, as opposed to the 308 version. The Scar L, Scar H, you know, the Mark 17. Enough rambling about gun stuff. I think this is just a great weapon, and I've already said that a billion times. Also, yes, guys, there will be Breakpoint stuff coming very soon. I have, I got several hours of hands-on game time with it, as well as I got to be involved to some degree with people who had a hand in developing the game. I just don't want to say too much right now. You guys will find out very shortly. We've got a lot of cool videos on Breakpoint coming up, breaking down pretty much everything I can find to break down in the game. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Mark 16 is an awesome weapon. Guys, I'm Darkdally. I will catch you all next time.